shitty food that I ordered for lunch, whatever. I'll cry later. Yeah.
So how does it feel to be back?
It was, as I'm choking on food, it was incredible. It was so, I don't know, before I came back, I was like, I'm only coming back if Hecklin and Dylan and the original crew comes back. So I had I think I was at home, I had 2 glasses of wine. I sent, I don't know if I can find it, but I sent a text this big, being an emotional text. Something the ones you wake up the next day and you're like, why did I fucking send that? It was so sad and recounting our memories together and this is why you guys have to come back for the final season and then they did. So, yeah.
So Jackson, in the early seasons was really struggling with himself and who, what he was becoming and all of that. And through, you left the show and you came out and you found yourself and found your identity and became a stronger person. And now Jackson's back and seems to be a stronger person. Can you talk a little bit about that?
I can say that, I don't know if maybe Jeff wrote that in, I don't know. But I can say Jackson took a bunch of time off, which, is very helpful in life. And he's come back, and he's still, I can say, still everybody's type.
I was just about to ask that about him coming out. Can you talk about that look he gave that man in the boat?
He gave me a sexy look, and I was like, I gave the girl a sexy look, and then there's the guys. I mean, I'm sure that could lead to a lot more awkward scenes coming up. A lot more awkward scenes. So yeah. He's spreading the love. Yeah.
So we've talked with some of the other people about being one of the sort of originals and coming back and having all these new kids around. Mm-hmm. So how has that been for you personally, but also for your character interacting with all these new people?
Well, I didn't work. I've known Charlie forever, so I got to work with Charlie a lot, and then I got to work with basically just the original people. I didn't work. I don't think I worked. Did I work at all with any of the other kids? No, I think I really just got to work with them, and then so I didn't even get to work with them. Now I get to hang out with them. They're cool. They're so nice. I'm trying to think really hard. But my path didn't cross with any of them.
Now you're giving away secrets about what happens in the show.
No, Mike, did I say too much? But what's Jeff going to do?
The show's over. You can't
fire me.
I mean, Jeff teased about you having a very awkward, Jackson having an awkward moment where he's with Styles and with Lydia.
It's so awkward. It's awkward because, for one, we're all just awkward people in general. We laughed the whole time through that scene. But I think, a lot has gone on because with Stydia?
Yeah.
And then, that weird dynamic between the three of them. And then all these years have passed by. So now, that makes for a very, very fun scene. It's going to be very memorable. And so,
Will we get to see Jackson kind of make amends for being a jerk back in the day, especially with Lydia?
You can definitely... That scene, it's a really special scene, but you can tell that they've all kind of moved on and they're all stronger. So it touches a little bit on their relationship.
You've been part of so many special casts, like Scream Queens and Arrow. What's so special about coming back to this cast and team?
This was I always say it was like my college days. We all moved to Atlanta together. We lived right by, Hecklin and I lived across the hall from each other, and we would just sleep on each other's floors. We were so close, and we were such a big part of each other's lives, especially growing up. Even the kids, they're not kids. Dylan and Ozzy were 4 years younger than us, so they were teenagers. So watching them, going to their house and playing Halo, and it was just so much fun. So coming back to this was so special for me because I get to see how everyone's grown, and we just pick up like that. So it was so much fun. Yeah.
What do you think Jackson's been up to since he left? And you see some of that?
I can say that he's very sophisticated, still wealthy. What else? He's been up to a lot. Let's just say he's opened his heart to myself.
To things and stuff.
Just open his heart to things and stuff and people, and is loving now, I guess. He was still loving, kind of, but he was always a dickhead. Still a little bit of a douche, but yeah.
We were talking with
So hard to do these
Charlie.
interviews when I can't say shit. It's like, Jeff, I'm like, what am I supposed to do here?
Did they give you a list ahead of time of like, don't
No,
say
I
this,
got
don't
here,
say this,
I'm like,
don't say this?
oh, we're gonna, they released a clip, so we have to brief you. This morning, I get briefed, and it's Jeff saying, you can only say this phrase. And everybody's typing. I'm like, Jeff knows me. I'm gonna talk some shit.
We were talking with Charlie earlier about the scene where you were chained up against the fence, and
I didn't even get to see it. I was like, what? I tried.
It looks very good.
Yeah.
Is it the electrocution?
Yeah.
Thing? Yeah. Watch if they didn't show the electrocution, then I gave that away.
yeah, they showed the electrocution and then they like cut off there. But yeah, he said it was a wet, long day.
Rainy scene. But of course, Jeff is gonna kill me. I was like, I'm only coming back if I'm not taking my clothes off. I'm not getting shirtless. I'm not, I love food too much now, and I'm not doing it. So then we show up, and Russell, our director, if you guys have ever met Russell McKay, he's like very thick Australian accent. Like, you can't hear, you don't understand what he's saying. So he found out that I wasn't going to be shirtless, and he was so mad. So mad. So he was like, well, we have to add water. And I was like, so now I'm basically shirtless. So just throwing buckets of water on us. It was a fun scene to shoot. I was working with Charlie. Charlie and I have been friends forever. So yeah, it was fun.
He said it was just laughs. And
It's just awkward when you're like freezing and locked in a dungeon and you're acting like you're being electrocuted with basically the lights that are flashing right now. Yeah, it was fun.
look good. You were electrocuted.
Then they showed our audition tapes. What the hell?
Yes, they did.
And then I was like super stoked to see it, and then Jeff showed me this morning, and I was like, I used to look like that. Like I had this weird moment of like, I'm getting older. Like shit, I look like Annie Lennox now. So I love Annie Lennox. But yeah, the youth is gone. I'm an adult now.
There are a lot of iconic things that have happened in Teen Wolf, especially with Jackson. Did you ever have any idea that where you getting your juice line was going to like last this long?
That was.
They still. I mean, it's epic.
It's insane. I still like. That was part of the audition that they didn't show, and then I messed up like. I think like the record 5 times in my audition, and I was just like, I'm not gonna get this. I suck. So then I eventually got it. We had 2 takes to do that, and then. I don't know, I can say this. Colin and I were originally hired just for 1 episode. Like, we were not hired to be regulars. And then after that scene, and then after one of Colin's scenes, he was like, you guys have to be a part of this cast. So then he made us, regulars. So, and then I went on, I almost didn't do the full season because I was doing a different show, but that show got canceled. So then it all worked out together, and all the epic lines continued. So yeah, there's so many cool one-liners in the show. So.
Do you ever use any of them in regular conversation?
I would hate myself if I did. Like if I walked by and I was like, yeah, it's Hugo Boss. No, I don't, but I do still see the memes. And is it a GIF or a GIF? What is it? GIF?
GIF.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the creator says GIF, but nobody said that.
Yes, thank you.
The creator says GIF?
says it
Yeah,
like
but
that.
it's GIF.
I say GIF, so I'm just gonna say
You can
GIF.
say it however you want to.
Yeah.
You can just say the creator calls it
Just
GIF.
know we
So
think you're wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. Gosh, that's so fun. It's such a conversation. I'm like a GIF. They're like, no, it's GIF. So I see all the GIFs, and the memes.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you know my friend sent me that GIF about 20 minutes before I got
Oh,
here.
really?
Yeah, so it's in there.
That's awesome.
So it's still living.
Yeah, I was just, why are you getting your jobs? So funny.
Do you find that like this is one of the fandoms that wants to be the most interactive with you, even when you've been removed from the show for a little while?
What just happened? Oh,
Someone-
Posey walked in.
That was Posey.
Posey.
figures.
Yeah. I mean, they're really, the demographic of this is, I'm trying to think, online still everyone, especially internationally, people are just going nuts over Teen Wolf. And every time I go to Paris, it's still like a huge Teen Wolf population, I would say. But then if I go to airports, then it's Arrow. And it's like, the TSA security, I'll watch Arrow, or things like that. So the demographics definitely changed, but we've all grown up together. Like we were all, all of us, the show was 6 years ago or something. So now we're all like, we've all grown through it.
All our youth is.
I don't even. I just turned a birthday, and I don't even know how old I am. I'm 29. So yeah.
Thank you.
It's okay. Thank you.